The Sadducees. The Sadducees were a prominent religious group within Judaism during the time of Jesus. They were known for their strict adherence to traditional Jewish practices and beliefs, particularly those related to the Mosaic Law. The Sadducees were members of the priestly class and held significant influence within Jewish society. One of the key differences between the Sadducees and another sect, the Pharisees, was their theological beliefs. The Sadducees rejected the belief in the resurrection of the dead, the existence of angels, and the concept of an afterlife. This was in contrast to the Pharisees, who believed in these concepts based on their interpretation of Jewish scriptures. Despite their differences in theology, the Sadducees and Pharisees both held positions of power and authority within Jewish society. The Sadducees were closely associated with the temple in Jerusalem and played a significant role in its operation. They were responsible for overseeing rituals, sacrifices, and other religious ceremonies. The relationship between Jesus and the Sadducees was complicated. While there were instances where they clashed over theological differences, there were also times when they worked together. In the Gospels, there are accounts of Jesus challenging the beliefs and practices of the Sadducees, particularly regarding their focus on ritual purity and adherence to the letter of the law. One famous encounter between Jesus and the Sadducees is recorded in the Gospel of Matthew. In this passage, the Sadducees questioned Jesus about marriage and the resurrection, trying to test his knowledge of Jewish law. Jesus responded by affirming the belief in the resurrection and correcting their understanding of Scripture. Despite their prominence in Jewish society, the Sadducees faced criticism from other groups, including the Pharisees and the common people. Some saw them as elitist and out of touch with the everyday concerns of the people. The Sadducees' focus on maintaining the status quo and protecting their own interests led to resentment among those who felt marginalized by their power. In the New Testament, the Sadducees are often portrayed as adversaries of Jesus and his followers. They are depicted as opponents of Jesus' teachings and are frequently involved in plots to discredit or harm him. The Gospels show how Jesus challenged the authority of the Sadducees and exposed the hypocrisy in their practices. One of the most significant conflicts between Jesus and the Sadducees revolved around the temple. Jesus criticized the commercialization of the temple and challenged the authority of the religious leaders who profited from its operations. This ultimately led to his arrest and crucifixion, highlighting the deep divisions between Jesus and the religious establishment of his time. Please like, subscribe, share, and ring the notification bell. Thank you for watching this channel. The Sadducees' role in the crucifixion of Jesus is a point of contention among scholars and theologians. Some believe that they played a significant role in orchestrating Jesus' arrest and trial, while others argue that they were simply caught up in the events surrounding his death. Regardless of their specific involvement, the Sadducees were part of the religious establishment that opposed Jesus and his message. After the death of Jesus, the influence of the Sadducees began to wane. The destruction of the temple in Jerusalem in 70 AD marked the end of their power and authority. Without the temple as a focal point of religious life, the Sadducees lost their position of prominence within Jewish society. In conclusion, the Sadducees were a prominent religious group within Judaism during the time of Jesus. They held significant power and influence, particularly within the temple in Jerusalem. Despite their strict adherence to traditional Jewish practices, the Sadducees were criticized for their elitism and perceived lack of compassion for the common people. Their theological differences with other sects, such as the Pharisees, led to conflict and opposition, particularly in relation to Jesus and his teachings. Ultimately, the destruction of the temple marked the decline of the Sadducees and their role in Jewish society. Thank you for watching this channel.